What is going on, guys? So welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Gabriella and this is Makeup Adventures with Gabby. Today we are doing another natural look because I don't know why. I just decided to do a natural look. I also have like 20 minutes to film this, so like obviously we're gonna go for a natural look. Am I gonna be able to make this into 20 minutes? We shall see. We're gonna be using the Too Faced Born This Way. We're gonna be using the Born This Way the Neutral Nudes Complexion Inspired Eyeshadow Palette by Too Faced. I've had this since the beginning of quarantine because that's around the same time that it came out, or actually it came out during quarantine. Anyways, I haven't actually used it, so this is the first time. I'm really excited. Without further ado, you know what? I have nothing else to say. Oh yeah, I do. Don't forget to subscribe, to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't, then I don't care. And yeah. That's it. So let's get right into the video. Alright, I have zoomed us in because we are going to be working on our eyes. And we're going to be using the Born This Way natural nudes. I don't even know the name of this palette. Oh, my shirt is like a little too tight right now. It looks like this. And I'm really intrigued by like the rose gold, so we're gonna do more of a rose gold type of look today, but with like neutrals, like more brown rose gold and like pink all over the eye. So let's get started. Taking a big fluffy brush, I'm gonna take the shade Nude. It's really close to my skin tone, so I think I'm gonna have to build it up with a different shade. That's okay. So we're just going in as a transition shade. I really need to clean my brushes. It's very close to my skin tone, but it's actually building up like a lot darker than I thought it would. They come out a lot darker than they are in the palette. I think Kelly Tart, if I'm not mistaken, that's her name. Huge fan of her. She tested this out and she was saying the same thing, that they came out a lot more dark than the actual shades in the palette. And I also haven't cleaned my brushes in a really long time, so maybe that's also a contributing fact. So now I think I'm gonna add a little bit of the shade Cocoa just to kind of use it to add a little bit more deepness into my eye, and it's a little bit more on the pinkish brown, so we're gonna use that. I really need to clean my brushes. Just taking that in a big fluffy brush again. And I'm just going over the shade Nude. And it's actually adding a little bit more of that pinkness that I wanted. And I didn't want a lot of it either way, so that's it. Now I'm going to be taking the shade Truffle, which is the dark brown. I'm going to use a little bit of it. Just keep this in my hand and use a smaller blending brush, like a really tiny, precise blending brush. And I'm just going to add that to my outer corner here. And I'm bringing it upwards to kind of do like an illusion that my eye is a little longer than it actually is. Bringing it a little bit into my crease here, not too much. It's perfect. They are a lot darker, so this is gonna turn out to be a more intense look than I wanted it to. And I'm just gonna blend it out with the same brush that we use for the shade Cocoa. I like it. They're really easy to blend though. I love this. I am a huge fan of Too Faced eyeshadow palettes because they're so easy to blend. It's amazing. So for my eyes, I'm gonna use the shade Sparkling Rum. So it's like the most pinkish look, and I'm using that in my little finger. And dabbing it. Oh yes. Okay, I have tried these out. I wish these were a little bit more pigmented and creamier. They're not as creamy as their chocolate gold palette. And again, it's coming out a lot darker than it shows here. So I think I'm gonna go with a little bit of rose gold into the crease, into my eyelid, just to kind of brighten out my eyes. And this one, I'm dabbing it rather than dragging it. I think it just blends it better with the other shade underneath. All right, I like it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm just gonna take the brush that we use for the dark brown shade and blend everything together. So I'm gonna take the NYX Professional Makeup retractable eyeliner. This is in the shade dark brown, I think, or just brown actually. And I'm gonna put that on my lash line. I'm gonna bring it into my, I'm actually just using it as my liner. And this just makes my eyes look a little bit more natural, less intense, as if we were gonna be wearing, we're gonna fix that, a black eyeliner. So this is just kind of, it's the same idea that I would do with like a liquid black eyeliner. Actually, I'm gonna add black eyeliner. Why not? I'm just taking the NYX Professional Makeup, the NYX Epic Ink Liner, one of my favorite drugstore liners. And I'm just gonna do a small line, no wing. Okay, so we are moving on to the rest of the face. I'm gonna put my hair back with my little hair thing. I look so different with my hair like this. It's fine. So we're gonna be using some of my favorite products for my face right now. I'm going in with the Photo Finish Smooth and Blur by Smashbox. I love this primer. It was honestly one of my favorite purchases that I've made this year. I always focus it on where my pores are the biggest, so around my cheeks. Oh, that made me really red. And under here. Oh yeah, I didn't say anything about my eyebrows. Actually, this was the first time that it took me like 2 minutes to do my eyebrows, which is great. So I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. Looks like that in the shade dark brown. I could probably use the black shades, but I find that they're very intense and like very black, and it just doesn't go well with my hair. I'm using the NARS. I'm not using any foundation today. One, because I don't have a lot of time to do my makeup, and two, I just feel like I have to wear a mask anyways when I go out. Obviously, I'm not always wearing a mask, but I'm going out for dinner to a restaurant, so I'm gonna be using my mask for a little bit of the time. So it's not really worth it for me to use a full face of foundation. So this is the NARS, what's it called? The NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, one of my new favorite concealers in the world. I am obsessed. And it's in the shade Pralin. I always add a second small little coat underneath my eyes normally, because that's where I get my dark circles. It really does build up. Like, I love it. I'm gonna do a quick cream contour. Benefit Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. One of my favorites. Oh my god, that nose contour is gonna be a little bit. I look really Latina with my hair like this. like I'm already Latina, but I look even more Latina. I look like a chola. Oh, and my hair, my shirt, dude, it's not a plaid shirt. I almost wore a plaid shirt actually. Now for setting powder, I'm gonna be using the It Cosmetics by Barb Pores translucent setting powder. Another one of my favorite ones. I love it. So good. It's so good to my skin. And I'm just blending a little bit down here to make sure that, and I'm gonna be putting this with my sponge today. I find that this makes everything just look so much better, so much nicer. I just inhaled some setting spray. Setting spray, this is setting powder, Gabriella. It's so nice, like it just helps to blur out my pores. So when my mouth, Jesus, I can't speak today. My mouth is a little bit dry today, and I already put cream on, and the primer that we used, or that I used, isn't like a completely matte drying or a mattifying primer. So I hope it will stay with us and I will not die. Put a little bit more on my forehead. My forehead's always the first thing that gets oily. Why? I don't know. You tell me. Like, all right, so we're gonna finish our eyes. I'm gonna take all the powder off. And anyway, so we're gonna take the palette. I'm gonna take the shade. I'm actually just gonna take the shade Cocoa and the shade Truffle for underneath my eyes. Starting with Cocoa and putting that all over the lash line. And I'm not putting fake eyelashes on. I have decided not to. And for my inner corner, I think I'm just gonna use my highlighter. So we're gonna go with, let's use the Fenty one. I'm gonna be using the Fenty Beauty bronzer. This is in the shade Banjo Guile. Do I even know this name? Like, why am I even freaking makeup artist? Like, I don't even know how to pronounce names properly. This is gonna warm up my face. I love this one. With whatever is left in the brush, I just dab it all over my face, and it kind of evens out everything without like adding, I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, I'm gonna be using the Jouer blush duo. This is Rose Gold. One of them fell and like cracked, so I'm using the shade Marigold, which is this one. One of my favorite blushes ever. Just gonna blend this with a really big brush. Make sure it's not like overtaking the rose gold. And then now I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezi highlighter. Like, look at that. Look at that. And the highlighter brush. I really need to clean my brushes. Like, it's, I need to put it in my to-do list. So good. I'm gonna use this same one for my inner corner and my brow bone. For mascara, I'm gonna be using my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Still my favorite ever in the world. For my lips, I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills matte lipstick in the shade Kiss. It looks like this. This was and still is one of my favorite shades. It just goes with everything. For setting spray, I'm using the Urban Decay The Slick makeup setting spray. And I really want to get the all-nighter one because why not? I really didn't touch my face actually. There, it's a little better. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to share this out to the world. And if you have any suggestions on other videos that I should do, just leave them down in the comments below and I will take care of that. Alright? I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.